Yo, what about now? You hear it? Can you hear it? It's working good, Jay? Yo, Eagles Collective, what's up? We here live at Walk-Ons. Scott, Bruce, Antoine.
Warren.
We're going to be having some fun out here at Walk-Ons, watching the draft, analyzing all the picks, seeing who we get, discussing what we like, what we don't like, going over every other team's picks too, especially the NFC East. So far, what do you think, Warren? You think we did good so far?
So far, I think it's a lot of unexpected picks, but good picks. Everybody that we've been looking at, they did not pick up, but you can definitely tell defensive line is a major need. It's the whole league as a whole.
Bruce, would you say it was a shocker that Malachi Starks went so early? Did you think he was going to drop to us? Or who did you want in the first round?
Man, I'm happy we actually got a linebacker our first round. So that one can have the mentor to.
I definitely agree with that. And as soon as we drafted him, he immediately recognized Zach Bond and how good he is. So I think that's a plus. What about you, Antoine? Who were you expecting to pick up in that first round?
Yeah, I thought we would move up and grab a safety, but Malachi Starks, he went early. The other guy that I was looking at, Abdul Carter, he went third, so we never had a chance at him. I like the Campbell pick, though. He a dog, and we don't need him to come in and start right away. So we just need him to come in, learn under Zach Bond, learn under N'Kobe Dean. So the next season or the season after, he'll be ready to go, and he'll be our future.
That's definitely true. So let's get into the Cowboys pick. Obviously, people were expecting them to take a wide receiver, take a quarterback. Who knows what they were going to do with that first round pick, but they chose a guard, was it? A guard from Oregon? From Bama? Tyler Booker. Okay, so Warren, what's your thoughts on that? I want to know what you have to say about the Cowboys pick.
In all honesty, I think that was a good pick that they picked up. However, everybody's trying to build up their offensive line to go up against our defensive line. So they're just getting younger and stronger, but I don't think they can hold up.
It definitely seems like the rest of the NFC East, we got Washington, the Giants, the Cowboys. It almost looks like they're drafting in order to try to stop our offense, contain, break holes in the defense. So I think the Commanders have probably done the best job with that so far. I don't think it's enough, but I think they're making smart picks. What do you think, Bruce?
I mean, yeah, like what Warren said, they're trying to draft people to compete with our defense, but to me, I think it was a waste.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, we're still the best team in the league. A couple days into the draft, I think we made good decisions. There we go. That's perfect. Still trying to figure everything out, guys. Make sure Jay, come hop in and say what's up to the fam real quick. Yeah. All the way from New Jersey, the boy Jay. Hop in here, baby.
What's up, Eagles Collective Nation? What's up? I'm very happy with Ty Robinson, man. Me and Anson were just talking. He pushes the pocket, man. Pushing the pocket. That's what we need. And he just plays pissed off. That's what we need. We need somebody to play pissed off in Philly. Feels good to be out here in Texas, man. I'm loving it out here so far. Good hospitality from my brothers over there. Shout out to Richard in the comments.
Yes, sir. I was just about to say, shout out Richard. We appreciate you. You here for everything, bro. Jay, this is his first time out here in Texas. Obviously, we're all Eagles fans, but us four, Bruce, Antoine, myself, and Warren, we all live here in Texas. Jay is back in Jersey, but he came out. This is just a quick trip just so we could kind of figure this out together, but you guys are going to start seeing a lot more of this, all of us together, some good content. Yep. So let's do some live reactions. Some live we at Walk-Ons Sports Bistro. If you in the area, huge shout out to Walk-Ons. We come here, if y'all don't know, we come here for every single game all year. The hospitality is great. They give us a whole section, just all Eagles fans. So we definitely appreciate Walk-Ons for allowing us to do this. And we're going to be here for a while. So let's get into let's do some live reactions. So right now we got Buccaneers. Their pick is in. I don't even know fourth round what they would be looking for right now. But Warren, who do you think is a good late round pickup for the Buccaneers? What position, I'd say?
What position? Well, definitely we could tell based off last season they were ranked pretty low when it came to secondary. So I can say somebody in the secondary, maybe cornerback, safety. But it looks like they're about to say who it is right now.
Yep, we're about to see. Pick is in. We see all the fans. Oh, they're in Germany. We got more. Oh, David Walker, edge from Central Arkansas. Okay. That's smart. That's what they need. They still have a strong D line too, so that's probably a rotational player.
I know. They have that's like the big Bucks are. They just catch us at a bad time.
The Bucks, as an Eagles fan, that's a team we definitely. Well, since we haven't been live for a while, let's talk about Antoine. Who do you think is the biggest off-season loss?
You already know who I think. We already mourned it, but it'll be CJ GJ. Yeah, I'm still sick about that one. But it's a business. It is what it is. So he came, did what he had to do, brought us a Super Bowl. I'm still crushed by it. So yeah, CJ.
I'll tell you what, seeing that man at the press conference in a cowboy hat with a Texan shirt on, damn near broke my heart, bro. It doesn't look right. Anytime he's been an Eagle, we've gone to the Super Bowl, whether it's win or loss. Jay, who do you think is, other than CJ Gardner-Johnson, what's somebody that we lost that you think it's gonna show in the next year?
Well, he's definitely the biggest loss for sure. Losing Becton, I think, is a little underrated because whoever we slide in there, they might not be as as good as he was because he really was moving folks out the way. He's a 6'7" guard, and it's hard to replace a 6'7" guard. A lot of guards are not that big, so I just feel like his presence on the line. We have the right coach and the personnel. I just want to hope we get the same type of play out of that position, and we don't drop off because that's going to hurt our offensive line.
Richard said, I love the safety we picked up to replace CJ. I think that was a great pick. He is actually the guy that I don't know if anybody watched the game versus Arizona State, but he's the one who sealed the deal. He got the game-winning interception. I went back and watched some of his highlights. He's a dog. He's got footwork. He's able to keep up. He's a high safety. He does his job. So I definitely agree with you on that, Richard. That was a good pickup. I think that was kind of like I still think the Eagles were going for Malachi Starks until he got taken. Then they immediately switched to linebacker because Jahad Campbell was probably the best linebacker in the draft. But picking up the Texas Bull, I think that was a smart move. Pick is in for the Panthers. Late. Oh, they got a safety.
We could also talk about the Santa slide too, because that's a big
Let's actually get into that. Let's adjust. There's an elephant.
Jay, why don't you speak on it?
Jay, let's hear about your thoughts on Shador Sanders and why he hasn't gone yet.
So this is my thing on this whole thing. Everybody's passed on him multiple times now. Everybody's passed on him at least 2-3 times. I just want to know what's the real issue. In a weird way, I hope he don't land in our division, whether it's with the Cowboys or somebody, or the Giants. The Giants are not gonna pick up with the Cowboys. I just hope they don't pick him up. But it's just I never seen a player fall this far, and it's just perplexed. It looks like he's not getting picked at all at this point because who's gonna pull the trigger? I mean, I just don't see what's going on. I don't see what's going on.
What do you think is it?
I really feel, I don't want to be cliche, and I just think the media and everything, the cameras and all that, like everybody's saying, but talent beats everything, and the talent should be able to overweigh that. So it may be an issue that they're seeing with the talent, but why project him and go this early and, get to this point and then not pick him? So it's just perplexing to me, the whole situation.
I think he kind of had a feeling that he wasn't going to do that next pick. Like, at least get picked up in the first round.
Yeah.
He didn't even show up.
He didn't even show up. So you know,
He knew
would have been worse if he would have been at the draft. You know, if he would have been at the draft, would have been worse. But I mean, he went to sleep yesterday, did not draft it the night before. He said the next day is going to be a better night. It's just not going well for him, and you got to feel for the kid because the kid had high you know, he was thinking about top 10 pick, and you know what comes with a top 10 pick? It's top 10 money, and it's not going to be the same when you drop into you get picked up in the 5th and 6th round. It's not going to be the same.
It's like the Steelers got the next pick. That's one of the teams that.
But the Steelers were the team in the first round that we thought were going to take him, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So look now.
Do you see it possibly being? Yeah, we want.
I mean, they're waiting on the Rodgers situation. They're waiting on the Rodgers situation, which might doom them. When you have this guy, let's see. Nope. Jack. Oh, we spoke about him. I think one time he was one of the things. Yeah.
Like I said, it's all defense. Like if you really think about it, all those AFC teams, they saw what we did to the what we did to the Chiefs. That's why they're building up on defense.
Believe it or not, I mean nobody might want to say this or admit this, but the Eagles last season might have changed the philosophy on how teams are approaching this season and moving forward as far as running the game, the ability to have a quarterback that doesn't have to throw for 300 a game. Like Eagles, D-line, O-line. If you notice, the first round was all trenches picks, and like we were saying, it's our style. Everybody's adapting the Eagles style of kind of like building the team from the inside out. You build it the inside in the trenches, then you just go outside. This guy's story is good. I remember his story now. That's what he helped the kid with the cancer. Now doesn't remember his story. I actually was just getting dressed one day and I saw a special. This kid's story is crazy. A big fan of him. Then he rode and then he got to meet him and then he was playing Inspired. He wore a wristband for him or something about it. I remember this whole thing. Good story on this one.
Get into the comments real quick.
Oh yeah.
Richard said they hate his cockiness like his dad. I definitely agree. They've made a point to say that, but the thing is his dad was that man. Like he was prime time before the NFL. You know, he could get away with doing these things that a lot of players can't. And his son's a great quarterback, but you got to show up. You got to play in the bowl games. You got to show up to the combine. You got to go to your pro days. You're not that guy. You know, there's arguably 3 quarterbacks in the draft that are better than him. So I think the NFL is trying to prove a point. It's a shame that he's the example, but I mean, college football is not headed in the right direction, so hopefully this can make that better with these NIL deals. And I do agree that there should be NIL. I think players should get paid for their name and likeness, but they're making 6, 8, 10, 12 million in college. Why would I go to the NFL and make 6 my first year? You know what I mean? So that's got to change. But I agree with you, Richard. Let's get in that boy Marley. That boy Marley said, "Boy, I tell you, Scott and Twan fighting on site." What are you trying to say? What are you trying? Oh yeah. So he trying to say that he didn't see anything. Pull up. We here until 5 o'clock, bro. I'm about to, matter of fact, pull up so I can interview you. I got some questions for you. We got everybody. We got a SWAT team outside. Everything. We got 7 people in here right now. All right, let me ask the comments something. What would y'all feel about the Eagles drafting Shedeur Sanders? I'm curious because I think he can learn a lot under Jalen. I think he would be a good backup quarterback, and you know it would be cool to have him until it's his time to shine and be a franchise quarterback somewhere else. What do you think about that, Warren? You shaking your head like?
Just think about Jalen's personality. You really think Jalen wants that? He don't even like cameras in his face now. So I think bringing Shedeur into that environment, that's just not that's honestly that's not even the Eagles' MO. Like we're not a team that likes to be in the limelight. We leave that up to the Cowboys. That's why we do what we do to them. So my personal opinion, I think Shedeur should go to the Jaguars. That's my personal opinion. Have him run under Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence doesn't work out. He at least has his boy there to where like they can at least get comfortable. But my personal opinion, nah. Hey, shout out to walk-ons. Shout out to walk-ons right here. Hey. Oh. But yeah, but that's just my personal opinion on that. But if you were to ask me honestly off camera, I do not think Shador is that good. Might get some hate on here, but Shador is really not that good. I personally think that if you were to take his dad away, take him out of the equation as a quarterback, do you really think he would be a starter in college right now? But yeah.
That's crazy. This is why this man cannot speak on quarterbacks. He said Shador Sanders is not that good. The thing about Shador, if you look at his college games, he's definitely a stat patter. You know, he takes a lot of sacks because he doesn't want to force the ball. You can't do that in the NFL. I don't think he's fully developed as a starter in the NFL. He can't come in and just, go crazy off rip. But I think with time, he does need a little humbling too. He's got no humility, that man, and that's because of who his pops is and who he grew up around. But I think you got to give him a chance. He's proven that he's got an elite deep ball. He can run. He can make his reads. But putting him with Jacksonville would be crazy too. Pair him up with what's his name? Travis. That would be crazy. Let's see who just got picked up. Oh, the Chargers pick is in. I don't even know who they would be going for. Let's get into some of these comments. Marley said, "I'm gonna pull up." You might as well, bro. We out here. Love the Eagles. Yes, sir, Richard. We appreciate you. Go Birds.
So since we're looking at this and we're talking about Shador, I want people in the comments too right now.
Yeah.
Who is a quarterback that's in the NFL right now that you would say is that Shador could beat out?
Could be out?
Yeah.
Like a starting quarterback?
Yeah. Like who is, or even the backup? Like, do y'all think he's better than Tanner McKee?
Nah. He's better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
He's better than is Colt McCoy still in the league? Not as a rookie. If he came in as a rookie, I don't think so. I don't know if everyone heard. You can hear the audio, right? It sounds good. Trevor Lawrence. See, I think there's a lot of hype behind Trevor. I don't think he's really that guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
This is why I say I think there's something on the talent side that the scouts are aware. Because, I mean, you see players do all sorts of things and they still get drafted. They still get opportunity. Talent beats everything in the NFL unless it's really a crazy behavior situation. So, to me, it feels like a sabotage. Like, I don't know. To me, it feels like something's going on. But at this point, a team should take a flyer on him and should go. You feel me? They should go. They definitely should go. You want to say? Yeah, that's it. So, Scotty, you're not that sold on Shador as a player.
I think
I think he is so.
I think I'm sold. I just think that for whatever reason, this day and age, we get into the point where a lot of teams are just taking quarterbacks from colleges and their systems and their game plans and just throwing them right in the league as a starter. I don't agree with that. I think some of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game of football had to go through a system, had to sit behind a quarterback, learn from their starter. I think that's exactly what Shador needs to do, especially when you're such a highly recruited, you could say overrated player. The best thing for him would be to just sit under somebody, learn from them, learn from the coaching staff before he, gets his chance at starting.
See, now this is my thing too.
You want to keep the walk? Just keep the walk.
This is the thing, right? Look at Patrick Mahomes. He sat for almost a whole year. Played 2 games his rookie season. Look at Jalen Hurts. He almost sat for a whole year. You look at the quarterbacks that sit, and it does benefit them. It does benefit them. It might benefit Sanders to go to a team that has a starter, and he could be the future long-term plan. But I know he wanted to come in and be the guy, but realistically, how many times do we see that happen? Where a guy like Jaden Daniels comes in and does that, and we still need to see more. A guy like C.J. Stroud comes in and makes the playoffs his rookie season. We've seen it happen, but NFL's about consistency. Bryce Young is another one.
Do you think Shador can outbeat
Bryce Young was surging towards the end of the season. I will say that. And he started surging, and he almost beat us. He was driving down the field on Philly. As Xavier Leggett doesn't drop the. I'll tell you what. Out of all the games last year, that's the game that had me on the edge of a chair because I just couldn't believe that the Panthers were on a 2-minute drill. When the defense came out, I was like, "We good," and we wasn't good. So.
If you want Scott, I'll like to do all the comments.
Yeah, you control the comments right there. You want to?
We're gonna say group of it. You want to talk about games that was on the edge? That Cleveland Brown game.
Oh yeah. That was the first one after the bye.
That was the first game after the bye, and I remember sitting there. I remember. I don't know why they're passing up. You know what? The most surprising thing to me about Shador was the Steelers not picking him up. Like it made no sense to me. Mason Rudolph is y'all starting quarterback, and you didn't pick up Shador.
Man, I feel like, man, what we got Mason Randolph as our starting quarterback for, man. Like we done lost Justin Fields, we done lost Russell Wilson, and we had a good season. Don't get me wrong, we waited to the playoffs, y'all. You know? And man, I'm just very highly upset. I don't even want to talk no more, man.
All right, bro. If I was a Steelers fan, I would be overwhelmed right now too. But
We're trying not to. It's all over. It's the
he's,
highlight of the draft. He hasn't been good.
the Chargers pick has been in for a minute,
Now they just got people time.
I guess.
Or if they're trying to trade.
Who's still available? Okay, so they got some linebackers. But talking about that Browns game, I'll tell you what, bro. That was coming off the bye. I was like, this is where we need to come in, finally score in the first quarter, win by 20. None of that happened.
All right, y'all remember how last season started, right? Like we won the first game against Green Bay, good game. Second game, lost to Atlanta, heartbreaking fashion. Third game, we went to New Orleans. We was losing. We barely won. So imagine if we would have lost that game, go on by 1-3, come back and lose to the Browns with 1-4. Like everything this season happened for a reason. Like it made us stronger at the end of the season. So it started off bad. But I'm glad that, we pulled them close victories out in the beginning to keep us, keep our head above water.
So if you remember the prior season, we kept winning games just barely. So it was just like, yo, are we a fraud or not? And we was frauded. We faced adversity early last season. Like first 5 games, we had to face like things, and they made us stronger. The season before, we didn't face adversity to the last 7 games, and we crumbled. So it's good to kind of face the adversity early. And all of us here was complaining about the early bye week, but in the hindsight, it was a blessing. We needed that. We had to reset. It was a reset. I call it the Vic Fangio reset, because that's when he said, you know what, I got this little 4 games from this. They weren't rushing together like.
Oh, so they didn't.
So you see, this is the Eagles. Chuck is wrong, yeah. Injuries. He's had 2 scary injuries with him, so I could see him taking the fire on.
So what do y'all think our next pick needs to be? I know Antoine was talking about Polo.
Oh, we have that no O-line there. So, O-line, we got to start looking into the Patriots did back in the day for a player's contract, star players. You can't really get a hold of it. For example, you picked up that so I think now would be the time to draft. I'll tell you what, that's a guy.
The offensive quarterback. Yeah. He was the head coach. He was the head coach.
I think bringing in that tight end was huge for us, especially
Looks like the Eagles got the 130th pick. So we got the 130th.
We've been doing it, so I told that to Eli and the we just been. You get from this. Yeah, everybody 5 years behind.
They really are.
They're trying to be in the
That's true.
We're gonna hold out right now. I think next year we'll just allow it. That's the point. We're not gonna get wow, you can what big right.
Well,
We got
and also shout out to the camp. So what happens? What happens if the Eagles take Royce? What happens? We want to go back to this because
I'm not going back.
what is that?
No, bro. No.
Do it. I would love that. The closer it gets, the more I
See? Yeah. Welcome to Texas.
His humble, he's humble, he's gonna learn. Nice meeting you. I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad move, but
I think mine is on quarterback.
we definitely need a line. Fighting the face. So that's available. All more figures. They're promoting the draft.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to get a team out
Yeah,
there.
they're every pick is coming. Every team is coming. Wait, did we go out to country this season? We did. We were successful. We went to Brazil.
No, but are we going?
We don't know yet.
Are we going out of the country this season? Coming up?
I was supposed to, but
They try to screw the Eagles so bad. They try to keep it.
different nerds.
They try to give it more Brazil. They try to give us no 1 p.m. games. They try to make the Eagles speculate.
Yeah, he said, different
Oh yeah, that's what trying to end your safe on.
I got him. How you doing? Hey, what's up? How's it going?
No makeup on. I just got out of the house. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
There we go. It should be good now. Somebody got. It's good. All right, bet. We're back. Jets are on the clock. Let's see. Number 130. They definitely need a quarterback.
Richard for helping us out. Richard, you all sound and check.
Appreciate you, Richard.
Thank you.
I don't know how that just disconnected like that, but all right, pick is in. If they don't go quarterback, they're stupid.
I know that's what I'm trying to say. You're gonna put you doing that.
They believe in Justin Fields.
He's got a Zach. This guy's got a Zach Wilson jersey on. He doesn't know nothing about quarterbacks. Malachi Moore is safety.
They need another quarterback because if Fields don't work out,
Exactly.
why not take shit?
They should have.
They can take shit.
They should. I mean, they should have. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
He does look pretty good. 70 tackles, 10 passes defended, 2 forced fumbles, all career highs. So he had us.
10 pass defense. They try you. You're not succeeding.
So he gets the ball thrown in his way.
Nice for you. Nice for you.
Ooh,
Look at that.
That's some CJ stuff.
Right over the top. That is CJ.
Yeah, CJ. That's what we're gonna miss with CJ. How do you replace 8 picks?
Yeah.
Replace 8 picks like that?
So my thing is,
With a second round pick?
let me ask Jay, do you think Sidney Brown is ready for the starting position, or do you think that him and the dude from Texas that we got in the second round need to kind of battle it out in training camp?
I think they need to battle it out, but I think Andrew's gonna contribute more than Sidney Brown his year one. I think he will. I mean, he looks like he plays more disciplined than him already because Sidney Brown just, I know we keep saying it year in and year out, but it's something about him controlling how he plays. His stop and go. His motor is just a little too high right now. So I still think it's a good. I mean, I want to see what we have with him, Ricks, and Ringo. Those are 3 people that are in house. They won the Super Bowl with the Eagles. They've been around vets. I mean, we need more from them at this point. Like we need more from them at this point. So. I'm hoping. I'm a Ringo fan. I will not say. I'm not gonna act like I'm not, but he hasn't been on the field for a reason, bro. You know, he hasn't been. Same thing with Sidney Brown. McCollum was out there before him, so there's a reason. There's a reason. There's something in practice. There's something that we don't see. That 4.3 speed. Yeah, makeup speed is there. That's the thing with Ringo. His makeup speed. If he gets beat, his makeup speed is there.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, I like what you said. The fact that Sidney Brown has been on the team. I mean, he knows the playbook. He's got to control his temper a little bit because with that, you're never going to be a starter anywhere. But I think it's a great rotational piece for now. Sounds good. My boy Stefan. Say what's up to the camera. Matter of fact, let me ask you a question real quick. What do you think about the first and second round picks that we got so far this year?
It's a steal, man.
Yeah.
Once again, like we get the number 1 rated linebacker. Like
You think he's the best linebacker in the draft?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. I think he's going to be in a great environment. I know we got N'Kobe. N'Kobe was balling his ass off. Like, he was balling for sure before the injury, but I just think I trust in Vic. At this point, I don't care who we take defensively. I know Vic's going to have whoever in the scheme, right up in there doing work. So.
Exactly, and it's good because N'Kobe is not going to be back until like week 10, week 11. So if he shows out, Vic Fangio finds him that role. I mean, he could start as a rookie for the first 10 weeks because who else? They're not going to put Axeman Jr. in there. So I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, we lost Burks. I think San Francisco. Yeah, but I think I agree with what you said. It is a steal to get that linebacker at that position. If it wasn't for the shoulder injury, he would have been picked way higher. Way higher.
Kuba, even before he went to Texas, he was balling with Clemson too. So I really think I know we got Crash Out Sydney.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot going on at safety. I know there's a lot going on at safety, but I really believe that kind of like what I said, just if Vic's committed to stay, like Fangio, like in him I trust. I feel like it's time for the young guys to just step up as a whole. I think Reed Blankenship is really going to take that next level in the safety room too. It's kind of crazy. Like we had Darius Slay and CJ crashing out and like, that little riff just for both of them to be gone. So
Slade leveled up his wisdom with the young guys trying to move forward. Slade was with him for a few years, so I think it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially Coop and Mitchell, they years above.
Yeah.
They years above what they don't need
For sure.
better presence. They already did. They hit the highest pinnacle in the sport.
I'll do you one better. Do you really feel like? So I hear a lot of talk where everybody talks about, okay, we need what's his name? What's his name from Iowa? Coop.
Cooper.
We need Coop to go to CB2.
No.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
we
you.
need to leave him where he is thriving.
Thank
It's
you.
hard to find a spot.
I feel like because he did so great, everybody's just like, hey, he need to be opposite of Q. And I feel like for us to be like at the position, I mean, Avante has some. I know lately the fan base has gone away from Avante, and we feel like, hey, he's always hurt or this and that, but at the end of the day, like if you can solidify that slot position and then find somebody, like it's time for, I know Adoree from, he could be good, or we can have, yeah. But I think Ringo and these other guys, I think it's time for them to step up, and we really have a youth movement. So it's just exciting, man. I really hope that we run it back. So
looking at some Cowboys. Throwing up. They're like throwing up.
Get this bum off my TV.
for sure.
You got some good insight, bro. I appreciate your insight, bro.
Oh no, man. I've been a fan forever.
How do you feel about Shador if the Eagles were to pick him up?
Asking everybody.
So here's the thing. DTR, so my homeboy Chris Thompson, I played football with him. Basically, first team, all Nevada, like that's my dog. So that's his little brother. So the thing is, he was, I was first inside everything that was going on with Cleveland. He's getting a run around. Like you can tell he's got the juice. He fits our system so perfectly. The only thing with Shador is like he's not gonna. I think that's why Milroe went first too. Like if you're gonna be a mobile quarterback, he's not a mobile quarterback. He, like he says, he's more like Brady. He's trying to unpack everything on the defense with his mind. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's kind of pointless for us to like if we were to pick up Shador or something. I like DTR. I really like what DTR brings to the the QB room. No, here's the thing. No disrespect to Shador. I just feel like
DTR because this guy got to think of DTR. Like,
what's wrong with DTR? Oh my goodness, he's on the Browns.
What?
Listen, here's the thing.
He was on the Browns.
He's on the Browns.
He was.
But do you
Here's the thing.
10
10
picks?
picks.
The Eagles is gonna be a step up.
10 picks. Look at who he's in. He's with Jameis. What do you think? Like, here's the thing. I really feel like if he's a part, I really believe if he's in a great listen, we're a quarterback factory, right?
Yeah, that's how we know.
If you have somebody who has that talent, he's accurate, bro. He gets things done with his legs. I really think he's a leader. But here's the thing. Somebody to come behind Jalen. I'm not saying like
Jalen solidified. Who did he have solidified in Cleveland? Don't say Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson don't want nobody. I mean, he's good, bro.
Who did Jalen have to solidify him?
Carson Wentz. No, my thing is this: some people are dog. Exactly.
DTR.
Here's the
I
thing.
do feel like the Eagles have the best coaching, so I feel like the coaching may get the best out of him, but I still don't see it with him.
I think at the end of the day, I look at it like this. The Eagles have a championship mentality.
Yeah.
Shador and Deion Sanders have a superstar
Aura.
type of aura that comes with them.
For
That's
sure.
not the Eagles. That's not us, bro. We champions.
That's absolutely
Think about it. The Patriots, they're not flashy like that.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, they're not flashy like that. Like that's not our.
It's not about one guy.
So that's why I say let them go to the Cowboys. Let them get that. Let them get that
Yeah.
beefed up, and then at the same time they want Deion as a coach too. So why not?
Yeah.
But I do think
he
I
should
do
be
think the Jaguars will be a good team for sure.
Is that because his boys there already, or I don't?
I think Jacksonville. I think Vegas.
Yeah,
The Raiders,
I
yeah.
think Seattle. They got something on them.
that is true. They
Yeah.
can compete.
You know,
Yeah.
But with
But
Jalen's
they got
play style,
Jalen-
too, I don't think that's going to help.
A lot of
Wait, you're saying Shador to Seattle is what you? They already got what's his name from Bama?
yeah, they picked up no.
Yeah, he's not going there.
But what is it about Shador where y'all feel like? What is your reason for
Trevor, that's
Well,
what
no, here's the
be a
thing.
first round?
Trevor Lawrence, he's not broken yet. He's not broken yet. But I really feel like
You think he's over Jackson Dart? Look at who Jackson Dart played though too. Look at who Jalen Milroe played.
yeah. Bro, when I see Dylan Gabriel coming off the board before, like, come
I'm not
on.
super blown away by Shador either. But
Yeah.
Jackson thought like he didn't
But I think
Dude
it's
from
a little bit of
Louisville.
that defense too.
and a guy that New Orleans picked up.
From Louisville?
Oh,
Yeah.
Now somebody did say he's the most accurate quarterback. I forgot who it was. They said he is the most accurate quarterback. I saw the little combine film and I was like, that don't look.
I seen Milroe, bro, man. I seen this stuff. Milroe, he's not ready.
I think Milroe's the most athletic quarterback.
But people see Noro and say Jalen Hurts comparison, and some people don't see it at all. Some people are like, I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't see it.
Maybe they got the same mentality. I don't know, but
I feel like he tries to play hero ball.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart tries to play a lot of hero.
For sure. I see that too. But the DTR disrespect got to stop, bro. I know I'm a little, listen,
here we bring it
I
right
don't know.
the DTR disrespect got to stop. If you put him in a read option, bro, put him in the system.
That's your homeboy.
I know. But at the same time, I've seen what he can do. I've seen what he can do.
With a lot of fun.
Listen,
Bro.
They didn't do it.
Is he better than Kenny Pickett right now? Hell yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
How you know?
Look what Kenny Pickett did with us. I'm saying if you
Not even with us, like what he did before he got there.
no, I'm saying look what Pickett did with all the talent around him, and he still looked terrible. Look what DTR with no talent around. Okay, and Njoku I think was out a lot. What I'm saying is, give my boy a chance in the system to pull it and run.
we're gonna keep this. We're gonna remember this. If he come up and do something.
I'm just saying, we'll see in the preseason too. We'll
I
see.
do think he's in the right coaching system.
Yes.
I think he's in the right place.
Is he better than Taylor McKee?
No,
Tanner
No.
McKee's our savior.
hey, that long neck white boy got the juice.
That's our insurance policy.
Because I really like this situation for him to develop and everything he's been through with Cleveland.
Tanner McKee's gonna get plucked.
Oh, for sure.
I can see him getting plucked to another team.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty good. to sit on.
Tanner McKee, listen, it's like
Listen, bro.
he has
We
zip on the
cannot
ball.
ignore that. I love Jalen.
Yeah.
Jalen all day, but we can't ignore bro.
I think
Bro almost threw for 200 in the first half.
for me, the DTR, I feel like with DTR, it's just like it's easy to say one touchdown, all those interceptions, but I just want to see the full scope of everything. If he go out here and Kenny Pickett it up and it's
Football is
terrible,
a
it's
game
like
of-
he was
football
right.
is a
But
game
I want to see him in a system. I want to see him in a great coaching room
That's what it is. Football is a
because he's that type of dude, man. He got a will to win. I know he got a will to win.
You keep running it back to the home.
Listen, we don't know what's going to happen to Cam. He might try to fight for that second spot. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So DTR disrespect gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
Here we go.
DTR is hot ass. He is a terrible quarterback. He had 1 touchdown, 10 interceptions.
It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
What have you seen from this man? Oh.
So, no, you're good, bro.
DTR is a great quarterback. I think that he will fit in this system very well.
Here's the thing.
I didn't know that was your homeboy.
No. Here's the thing. Even when Kevin Stefanski, all this stuff, he was basically getting lied to. There's a lot that was going on in the background. That that's what I'm saying. He really
That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
When you have Jameis, when you have 30 for 30 in that locker room too, you're gonna have more interceptions. Like who?
True.
He has Watson. He had Jameis in that locker room. Like who did he really have to like sit him down? And say,
I will say, I'm not trying to switch up now because you said it was your homeboy, but I will say that one deep ball that he threw for his touchdown, it was a dart. It was.
these guys hit one.
I just, from what I've seen, looking at his stats, I just didn't see a need to pick him up, really. You know what I mean?
So we have a whole read option system. What makes Barkley, Jalen, like Cleveland wasn't doing that. It was just like, all right, Amari hit a slant. Like it was no offense geared towards his skill set. I think. Think about when he was great at UCLA, the threat of the run.
And that's a fair point because
he wasn't doing that.
we do have a good read option system. Obviously, we saw it all year. But do you think that he has the ability to read a defense and know when to hand off to Saquon and know when to keep the ball, though?
That's what he did in college.
Okay.
I really think. So here's the thing. I'm not gonna. I know everybody's saying like, "Hey, why did we get him this and that?" What I'm saying is like, let's just be open to see what he does this year. Nobody's saying he's threatening Hurts, of course, but I think if he shows a great camp, it could be looked at as like the key for me still has the edge.
I mean, another thing too is if he is all that you say he was in college, there's no better person to learn from than Jalen Hurts.
That's what I just said. I literally just said that, like, if he's in a great quarterback room, who's our quarterback's coach now? Like, I didn't forget.
That's a great point. Oh, it's the guy from Browning, the head coach from Browning. That's why I wanted Harold Fannin Jr., but we didn't get him. So
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted Frank Wright.
We had a little disagreement about that, but yeah.
Some people are just always gonna be a way better coordinator than
I just said that was my thing. Is like we let him go for a reason. I didn't see too much of a need to bring him back. Y'all didn't want to keep anybody in house. I thought it wasn't a terrible idea, and that's exactly what we did because I know what I'm talking about.
In-house promotions will be good.
They don't. But when you have a system like our system, I think it'll be okay. Plus, the guy's been a damn off.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a reason why.
I forget, like, who was it? Golden Tate that was talking about an argument they got in. Yeah, it was like Golden Tate talking about. It was back during that Carson Wentz time.
Golden at the time he was saying nobody. It was like him. That's when Darren Sproles was there too. There was a lot of disagreements between the coaches and the players, and nobody was on the same page. Carson Wentz was trying to run his own offense. He didn't really. Yeah. Shout out Darren Sproles for exposing what went down.
Terrible. We only got one more. Yeah, we can do that. Hey, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna probably take a little break. We'll be back later on. We'll send out the link and everything. We appreciate everybody tuning in and commenting. You know, fellas, we'll be back. So you already know, we'll be back, everybody. Yes, sir. We back, players.